measures, right? We're all staying at home, correct? Because of this COVID-19, and we know how infectious this disease is. So we are encouraged not to go out unless for necessary stuff. So yeah, only for grocery shopping, and if you really need to buy food for your parents-in-law or you're taking care of another person, then okay, we go out. But most of the time, I will be spending our time at home, right? So yeah, our commute to the gym, our regular routine, our work, all we're basically changing of how we go about doing our daily lives. So environment is something I want to touch on today, because by creating a good environment, right, we can set you up for better behavior during this period of time. So I find that if let's say you're going for a work, let's say you have teleconferencing, right, and then you have to take care of two other young kids at home, you'll be very, very distracted for your work. Okay, don't talk about workouts. They will want to join your workout because they see that it will probably be fun. And then if you are currently trying to you lose your job because certain restaurant is closed, or you're not able to continue to work because your job requires you to actually be physical and not online, you'll be struggling to put food on the table, and then nobody will be wondering oh, I want to eat well, I want to train well now. People's objective, right, and expectation will change during this period. And I think that it's okay to dial back a little bit for now, because yeah, do what's important. So it's okay to actually dial back a little bit, and maybe training can stop for a while. It's fine. Maybe usually you go do a takeout on maybe a salad, your favorite salad store, and you're not able to do that right now, but it's okay as well, right? Doesn't mean that you can't do anything. You can. So talk about environment. Right now, with the higher pressure because they're staying at home, maybe there are pressure coming from everywhere. Lots of allostatic pressure, so that it's difficult for you. Then just stop exercising for some time. It's fine. Okay, and then tell yourself, right, and give yourself the allowance to get back to a simple exercise at home, wherever you're ready. Okay, wherever work got settled down, wherever you get kind of manage this kind of new crisis that is currently going on for you, right? Let it settle down a little bit first, dial back the dim a little bit, and then start doing simple exercises wherever you can. Okay. So another thing you can look out for is that, well, you can ask your partner, significant other, or you can, like what we're doing right now, Melvyn, right, to find support from a friend, to keep yourself accountable. Or you can actually transfer your personal training from offline to online, right? Have a trainer to check in with you, maybe a weekly time, twice weekly, or a month, doesn't matter, okay, whichever works for you, right? Something's better than nothing. So have them to be accountable for maybe checking in on how you're doing. Are you staying sane? How's your food management? Maybe try some new recipe at home. Do some simple exercise like squatting to a chair, 10 times before you go to the toilet. Or maybe, stretch your arms up right after like 10 minutes of doing your work, in front of a computer. All this, it can be done very simply, right? And then what else? Things that surround you can affect your behavior as well. For example, if I'm sitting right here, and then next to me is a bowl of chips, eventually I'll eat the chips because it's so convenient, right? So looking at that, what you can do is that maybe try to replace the chip with something else. Replace it with something that is maybe fruits, maybe some dry fruit chips, or maybe a glass of water, that kind, which is very easy to reach, within your reach. So you can encourage yourself to make better choices instead of just reaching for the chips. Yeah, and then, or before I go to the fridge, right? Okay, I make sure that I drink a glass of water before I open my fridge door. They encourage you to stay full, stay hydrated. At the same time, maybe it encourages you to eat lesser after the glass of water. So something like that. I just keep things simple. One last thing that I want to touch on is that we can use temptation bundling, right? So basically, this technique is to basically try to build in a new habit onto an existing one. So, example, if you like to watch a program on Netflix, all right? Before on Netflix, right? Maybe do a simple exercise, or try to if you like to improve on your nutrition habits. So maybe you can eat an apple whenever you watch a program, before you start a program or after you start a program. So in a way, right, that Netflix show is a triggering factor for you to establish the new habit that you're trying to improve on. So simple things like that, we can actually apply, onto our daily lives like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, these are the, I guess I mentioned 4, strategy that you can apply at home, improving the environment that we can help us to just stay sane and then help us to keep our habits going. And then with all that said, right, of course, right now some people perceive this as a crisis, right? Some people might be doing better, some people might be doing really, really bad because maybe they lose their job during this time. Maybe all they're trying to think about, right, is to basically put food on the table for the family. So for individual like that, you know what, it's okay to take a break, okay, for this period, and do what is important first, and then slowly, right, you try to do better each time. Okay, if you can't go to the gym, fine, it's okay to stop, it's okay to not have your regular salad, at this takeout station that you usually you visit. You don't have to. So basically, just do what's important first, what's crucial first. Stay calm, and then give yourself some time first, right, to reevaluate and slowly incorporate the habit back again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I think now, like especially with the environment, like most of people are kind of like at home, like stuck at home in a way, like due to the lockdown or circuit breaker in Singapore terms. So yeah, like environment plays a part, and then especially like if you to the places that you constantly go, like if you always have the items that you eat there, we call it like if you don't see them, you probably won't eat them. Like try to put in places that you don't see the particular food options that you get. Like if you have chips, if you put them in the fridge or in the cabinets that you constantly open, it's the more likely you will get to eat them. I think also like from what you mentioned, like being at this time, being at like either like a maintenance, if you do count calories, like being at a calorie maintenance, eating for health would probably be the best option as compared to like I'm doing this time, I need to go for like a fat loss or muscle building. Like being at maintenance, just training and maintenance if you can train, or just doing body weight training would be the best option based on what modalities or what equipment and things like you have. Yeah. And then like, I mean, do you think that there is anything that people kind of like mistakes that people would make at this point of time?
Definitely. If you ask me, trying to keep up with my routine, before the circuit breaker. So yeah, trying to do too much, trying to match the intensity in terms of training. Try to eat like how I would before the circuit breaker. Why I'm saying that? Family is my family is staying together, right? Of course, So whatever they eat, right, I eat. I don't say that, hey, you know what, I want my chicken breast, I want my avocado, I want my egg white. So please, I don't eat anything that's, too fat or whatever, right? Because I'm eating with my family. So I can't discount them, right? That will affect me eventually because, right, I'm creating a social distancing from them. So currently right now, right, it's okay. As long as I make sure in my plate, I will have, probably a feast, portion of vegetable, a palm size of protein, and a cup hand size of rice, right? I'm good, right? I'm really gonna dial it back because I can't expect, what I can do before the circuit breaker, right? And in terms of training, I'm not having loads anymore. So if you saw my post, right, I'm just carrying my wife, right, and squatting at home. If that's fun, that's fine. But if I can't do that, I have to find something else. So I just make the exercise harder. So instead of my squats when I use 2 legs, right, I will do it in a piston style. So I'm increasing the difficulty of the exercise to increase the intensity on the legs that I'm working on, and I apply some myo rep style to keep those palm and those intensity in doing the training. But of course, it's not ideal, right, from my previous training program. But this is something that we have to adjust, and I find that you look at it, right? There will always be trade-off. If you want to keep doing this, right, then you're gonna eventually, piss your family off. You're gonna run into injuries. You're gonna try something very, I don't know, very dangerous movement at home. This kind of thing. So I think dialing back training, and all the things, right, a little bit, and then do what's practical for now, and that would probably be the most yeah, if it's if it's the most practical now, it's probably the best program right now. You don't have to keep trying to hold on to your previous what do you call that, routine, for the sake of just holding on to them and afraid that you will lose gains. Yeah, because the trail is that you will probably give yourself more stress if you just try to maintain and upkeep those routine before the circuit breaker.
Okay. So like I guess like what's to say is like what have you learned from this period of circuit breaker time?
What have I learned? To reevaluate most of the time. Sit down and have this honest conversation with yourself, and ask yourself, is this practical? If I were to keep doing this, right, is this practical? Is this sustainable in this period? I mean, we can just take it and say, okay, circuit breaker will be over in 1 month. That's purely based on assumption. We cannot assume that. We have to be a conservative because we don't know how long this will last. And example for training, right? Currently, our gyms are all close to Singapore, right? So stay home. So for trainers like us, right, who do offline training, we have to change. We have to adapt and then go online, right? So I still want to reach out to more people. Same, right? You too, right? That's why we do this online stuff to actually reach out to more people and to share practical practice and then ideas, maybe training programs for people, right? So we can still reach them in that sense. So we have to change, right? So yeah, I've main thing I've learned from this is that first thing, stay calm. Okay, we are still alive. We still got a shot. So don't give up on everything. It's like the end of the world. Stay sane, okay, and then reevaluate your objective right now, and then think about what are the trade-offs, and yeah, I think they'll be better because you don't have so much high expectation, so you also reduce the stress, and then we can probably get through this period much easier.
Yeah. I mean, like normally we don't tend to be very grateful for the things or we don't express gratitude for the things that we have, and especially at these times, like you get being able to go out, it's something you're grateful for already. Just being able to go out, like not getting the virus is something to be grateful for. Grateful for people that are at the front line, the doctors, the nurses, everything like that. Yeah. And so how do you find I mean, what are your plans if once circuit breaker ends?
Nice. Like you say, we have to not take this for granted. So if we get to have another day to live, to spend time with family, and then looking at in terms of business, look at some diversification, because right now, if you think about it, right, I'm basically jobless because all my clients are offline, right? So they cannot go to the gym, I cannot go to their place to train them. So basically, zero income, and then I'm not prepared, because I think I've been taking this thing for granted, and yeah, it's important to reevaluate after this COVID-19, and hopefully we can return back to normal ASAP. Yeah, really appreciate the time, that we are still alive here, and compared to other people who are at the front line facing all this virus firsthand, I think we are actually very, very lucky. So yeah, be grateful, and then yeah, if this thing is over, then probably we have to think about some of the things that we can do, things that you wanted to do, take the opportunity to do it if it's within your means. If it's not, then it's okay, because it will not fit everyone, right? Because everyone have their different priorities and life and family and stuff like that. So I think do what makes you what you enjoy doing. That's very important. and then be conservative. This is one thing that I learned: be conservative. So there's a saying, they say that if you know how to save, you already got the philosopher's stone. So yeah, for personal trainer or freelance trainers out there, if you are like spending a lot during good times, and never think about the downside or the risk, do consider take this opportunity to reevaluate what you're gonna do, right, after this COVID-19 is over, and how you're gonna be more, maybe doing more diverse, maybe diversify your business, or maybe try to do some offline and online to diversify your business, so that if this were to hit again, right, you will be better off than right now. Take me for example. Right now, I'm taking zero income, so if I don't have a good history of saving, probably I'll be like I might need to go out there and find work, and of course exposing myself to the risk of getting infected as well. So yeah, these are some of the thoughts that I have, and hopefully it can help to shed some lights for some people.
Okay, good. Thank you.
How about you?
For me, like
Do you have any things that you want to share with our friends, our audience, trainers out there? Because we're all in this line, we're all in this together, and then I don't know. I mean, I briefly touched on environment, but we have kind of like morph it into more of like a business side, a more emotional, mental, aspect of how to deal with this kind of change.
Yeah.
How about you, Melvyn?
For me, starting from like, I think like also the same thing, like you like I think especially like due to the virus now, everybody, especially those that are doing service industries, like service industries are mostly out, right? So you kind of need to be able to have, I guess, like alternate income streams or different types of income streams, which that we mentioned diversify. So you need to be able to look at how how you can still be able to provide for everybody with in such situations like this, right? So like I think like the industry, the fitness industry is moving a lot to online platforms now. So like you probably see a lot more, I think like a lot more like online webinars, seminars are all going to happen, because probably for this year a lot of physical events will be out, or like postponed to next year. So like a lot of, and then yeah, a lot more like so a lot more people are still going to be like clients. You may have clients that are going to be going to stop because they got retrenched or business has not been good, and they will not be able to come into the frequency or even come in at all. So I think like being able to still support them, like you don't want to be just like, oh, just because you're not my client anymore, like I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to help you in any way or form. Like that is also being good. Be it send a message, like ideally you want to create a newsletter that you can just send them emails, like things like that. And then yeah, like I think also with like line of work as a trainer, like most of the time we do not see our families, like especially if you want to earn more, means you got to work more hours. So like I've been spending a lot more time with my family, with my nephew, like same thing, we all stay in the same house. So like a lot of these like you tend to start to appreciate it more. And then like, but who knows, once the circuit breaker ends, you're like, oh, it's done, like, okay, I can go back to my usual life. But I think that it's going to take a while till things get back together, or if it can go back to where it was, like it's going to take potentially quite a while. Yeah.
That's nice, and I find that in our line of work, right, is I guess I'm speaking for majority of the trainers and freelance fitness instructor in Singapore, that would like to make a difference and improve people's life through exercise, through changing their mindset, on how to live better, So it's about reaching out to help more people. So it's quite sad that in our industry we are affected greatly because of this, and it's something that is doing a good thing, but we are kind of being so-called put on the hot, because of such disease. But I think like right, we need to diversify, not only for our salary, which is also important, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but also to keep our passion to be able to reach out to more people, so that we don't quit this industry because of like circumstances that we have not anticipated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.